Well, hello and welcome to another day ticket diary. And this weekend I'm down at Linear Fisheries. So the intro to the vlog is a little bit backwards, to be honest, just because by the time I got here last night, I got here on a Friday, so you can imagine the chaos and sort of busyness when I arrived. But I had a good sort of little drive around, look around when I got here. A friend was also with me, Trig, next door. He got here just before me and he'd been over to Oxley's, not swim. Went around Raisins 1 and 2. There's the odd swim here, sort of here and there, but that didn't look like there was a lot. So I had a quick walk around Hardwick because Trig had spotted sort of a double swim over the far side that was free when he first got here, but by the time we got around there was already someone setting up. So yeah, you've got to be quick on here, especially on a Friday evening. But yeah, we sort of walked around. There was a couple of swims free on the Smiths side, and then we put our buckets down. I said to Trig, let's have a look up at that spit, because from the other side I saw that there was a couple of swims free. You got the main one sort of on the end of this spit, which I think is a really popular swim. And then yeah, as we come up into the first swim on this spit, we looked out and there was just fizzing everywhere, to be honest, all out in the middle. And then we seen 3 or 4 shows within like 2 minutes. So decision made, ran back, got our buckets from the other swim, come back here. So yeah, by the time all that happened, it would have been about sort of 7 o'clock. I had a couple of bags just tied up in the bucket, solid bags just pre-tied, so I quickly whipped them on, chucked them out while I whacked the brolly up because it was raining as well, on and off sort of thing. Did that, yeah, sort of hour passed, nothing had happened, but as soon as I'd thrown those bags out, yeah, the swim not died, but the activity that was here definitely sort of subdued quite a lot. But to be expected, you know, the fish know exactly what's going on. They're pressured fish. So yeah, I'm in the first swim on this spit. I'm not sure what number it is, to be fair. And then Trig next to me, sort of up a bit. So yeah, I reeled in those bags once I got sort of the home set up, and then concentrated on. I know it's really deep out in this bit. I believe it's sort of 30 foot, 35 foot, right in the middle. So I knew it was going to be sort of margins. You know, it's really mild. Even though it's been raining and stuff, it's very mild. So yeah, a few casts to that far margin, and it was firm as you like. Oh, middle rod's done a few beeps. Oh, promising. Yeah, firm as you like, and then some areas were even firmer than others. So I've got 2 areas on that far margin that I found, and then I've just sort of walked around and been chucking bait out from the bank, so it's really easy baiting, you know, no spomming or anything, which is always nice. And then my left rod I've got just in my left hand side margin. So yeah, 2 on the far side. It's not a far chuck, it's 13 wraps, and the other one's 13 in a bit. So yeah, pretty easy fishing. So yeah, there was clearly a lot of fish here. Nothing for a good couple of hours. England and Scotland were on last night, so I was watching that. Not long after that I'd finished, it would have been about 10 o'clock. Yeah, the right hand rod's absolutely tore off, and Trig said he actually saw the fish come up the surface and then just heard my alarm screaming. So yeah, managed to get that one in. That was last night, yeah, so that was the first one. That was about 14 pound, 15 pound, nice mid double. So yeah, just quickly got some footage of that and slipped him back. And then it was quiet after that. I got that was on the bag, a solid bag on the right hand rod, so I got that one back. And then yeah, first light would have been about 3:30, 4. I've had a massive drop back, and obviously half asleep. I thought that's not right. You know, I'd been up in the night and both bobbins were pretty much up tight. Yeah, I thought that doesn't look right. Got out of the bag, had a look at the bobbin. It was just lead on the floor and it was slack. I thought could have been a liner. You know, half asleep sort of thing. Tightened it up. Started trying to tighten it up, and I thought, no, there's too much slack there. Wound down into it, and literally it was in the middle of the bay that I'm in. So yeah, into a fish, and my God, did it fight. Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. It was sort of a 20-minute battle. I think when I looked at the time when I got in the net and stuff, you know, it was 5. So yeah, it was a good old battle. So it put up a very good account for itself. And I've got that waiting in the sling now. So I've got the rods back out, and that one, so that was on the middle rod. Again, that far margin, that was on a little spinner rig, just with a bit of fake poppet corn. So I've got corn in the mix, so just sort of imitating that. So yeah, enough waffling. Don't want to leave the fish in the edge too long, so we'll get them out and I'll show you. So here it is, fish number 2. First light this morning, a hell of a battle, probably 20 minutes I had it on for. And yeah, finally bundled it in the net. Middle rod on that far margin. Just a bit of sort of parkour and boilie over the top, but yeah, little spinner rig. Yeah, did the business and they're off to a very good start. Yeah, chuffed with the results so far. Right, a couple of stills. Oh, this goes. Get her back. And hopefully, there's more to come. All right. Okay, so we're getting into late morning now. A few hours have passed since, you know, obviously I had that fish and things. Well, quite a few hours. But yeah, I've been around and that far margin I sort of was talking about. Before I sort of baited it with, well, a nice little mix to be fair of sort of mixed up hemp, a few little tigers, a couple of tins of corn, all mixed together. And then I've got Baitworks, Cremino and raw marine in another bucket that I've sort of pre-soaked in boiling water so they go all soft. I do it quite often. And they're sort of halves and 3/4, a few holes in there as well. I've got to kind of keep that separate and then just mix it when I need to. That's what I used last night. I put a bit of that back over this morning. But when I went around earlier, I just sprinkled a few pellet out there. To be honest, I haven't got loads of bait with me, so trying to make it spread out a bit. But yeah, just some dry pellet. Mainly one just to get a bit more traction in there again, and then also I was about to recast, so yeah, recast both of those rods. I did a bit of investigating to my left, sort of depth wise, and it's sort of 10-12 foot, sort of varies a little bit. If anyone knows anything about Hardwick, it's very up and down, and then out in front it goes right down to 20 foot in places, so it's deep. But then yeah, there's bars that sort of come up to 12, so yeah, really varies just in this little bay. Yeah, that's why I like. It's a wicked little lake, you know, it's not just a flat bowl, there's lots of features to go at, sort of thing. So yeah, both rods are back out, and then the left rod I've actually put on a zig now. It was in the margin, but yeah, I've put a 8-foot zig, so a few foot under the surface out there. Yeah, just hopefully yeah, that does the goods. It might be, at the moment it's looking like it might be sort of late evening, going into evening, and then early morning bites, but yeah, you never know. It's nice and overcast still, so it could happen today. Yeah, just going to keep on doing with, well, you know, going on with what I've been doing. So yeah, it looks good for it though. Right, well, the days soon sail by. I'm trying to work for a bite, and it's been pretty quiet. I had a couple of recasts with the bag rod, just trying to always keep sort of, you know, nice fresh package there, and sort of sprinkled a bit of bait over the top now and again. Not a lot, you know, literally a scoop or two every sort of 4 hours around that. But yeah, there's definitely been a lot less activity in this bay now. I think they've moved out a little bit. About an hour or so ago, a bit of fizzing started again, sort of mid-water. The birds have been on my spot a bit, so there's still a bit of bait down there. So yeah, I think they've moved out a little bit. My mate Trig, as I said, sort of a swim up. He had a really nice 22-pounder earlier, proper nice scaly. So yeah, he's chuffed obviously not to be blanking, and yeah, it's good that we both had one. But yeah, I'm just hoping that once the evening sort of draws in, that maybe they sort of move back in again. I've just mixed up sort of the last of my bait. Yeah, lovely mix. ready just to go sort of freshen the rods. It's about 5:30 now, so I'll give it half an hour, and then yeah, fresh recast. Take the zig off the left. I found a nice little spot just off like overhanging sort of brown sort of branchy tree. Just in front of that, it's nice and firm, so it's basically left more round to where I've had my other bites from the far margin. So I'm going to stick them all on that far margin. Hopefully it's not too much added pressure sort of thing, but yeah, it looks really good for a bite. I know the chap on the very end as well of the spit, he's had a couple today, so yeah, fish are being caught. It's just a matter of, I think, just them getting back down in here in numbers really. Fingers crossed they do. Well, good morning, and it was a very quiet night on the fish front. Not very quiet on the rain front. My God, did it come down. Yeah, it really rained last night. As you can see, I had to put the front on the Brolly. It was sort of driving in. I was kind of hoping, that would switch them on or maybe come back in the area, but yeah, I just don't, the numbers of fish definitely aren't here as they were, that first sort of 24 hours. Yeah, a bit gutting. I was kind of hoping they'd drift back in, but I've had the birds on me this morning, picking up sort of the old boilie and stuff off the spot, so I got the rods like bang on last night, just before dark. The birds have been a bit of a nuisance up until then, so I waited to as late as I could, redid the rods, sort of ran around there, yeah, rebaited, just put sort of the last of the mix I had on there, and a little bit of pellet as well, but yeah, just hoping that they would drift in sort of overnight or maybe this morning, but yeah, not to be. My mate Trig hasn't had anything either, so I think they've just drifted out the area. Maybe yesterday I could have looked at having a move, but I still saw fish here. There was still fizzing going on and stuff. So yeah, I had a feeling it was still going to happen. I mean, I've still got time. I've got a couple of hours yet, but I've got all day if I wanted it. But yeah, I need to get going. So I'll probably leave. It's about 7:30, 8 now, so I'll probably leave. Yeah, I've got a good few hours. I'll probably get gone by midday, get packed up and sort of, yeah, leave the rods out. But yeah, a bit disappointing. Very wet final night. But yeah, you never know. Something might occur now, but I've not touched the rod since last night, and I'm gonna just leave them. They went out bang on, so going for the sort of, no disturbance route, especially in a little bay like this. And yeah, hopefully as people start packing up, they may drift back in, but we shall see. Well, that is it. Everything is pretty much packed away now. Just got the rods set out, but yeah, everything's on the barrow and ready to go. So literally the next 15-20 minutes, I'll be reeling in. So it looks like that was the last of the action. So yeah, nothing, within the last 24 hours. So a bit disappointing on that front, but yeah, overall, yeah, I'm happy. It's been my first sort of proper session on here. I've done a couple of days on here, when we had all the lockdown stuff, it was days only. Did a couple of days then, I lost a few on zigs, but this has been my first proper session on Hardwick itself, so yeah, happy to get a couple of fish under my belt. One of the commons as well, which I don't think there's a massive amount of commons in here, so that's always nice. Yeah, good size as well, so yeah, we look forward to getting back down, that's for sure. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe to see more videos, and hit that little bell button to not miss any future notifications. Thanks for watching.